None retreated from the grime of industrialisation more than our artists. Writer Charles Kingsley fed the national appetite for simpler times in a rural idyll by writing about Clovelly, a place he'd grown up in. This is a description of Clovelly from the novel Westward Ho. So forth the two went, along the park to the eastward, and past the head of a little wood-embosomed fishing town, a steep stair of houses clinging to the cliff far below them, the bright slate roofs and white walls glittering in the moonlight. A steep stair of houses. That's Clovelly to a T. Kingsley's novel was a bestseller and brought remote little Clovelly to a worldwide audience. And that audience wanted to come and see the place for themselves. Most arrived here by steamship. Dr. Mary Shannon is an expert on Victorian history and literature. Well, we're not on a steamboat, but it seems that this is a pretty Victorian way to see Clovelly. I mean, it just looks fantastic.
Absolutely, and this is exactly where the Victorians wanted to come to Clovelly. The air is great, it smells great, the light is fantastic, you've got a beautiful view for your arrival.
But it's not too long before this that people are actively afraid of the sea, and yet people suddenly come flocking to it.
Yeah, well, things change a lot. Partly, transport gets a lot easier, so more people could travel and have a holiday. But also, actually, literary culture has an awful lot to do with it. So Charles Kingsley's really popular novel, Westward Ho, comes out in 1855, and it carries on being popular for a long time. And it's set in and around here, and it conjures up this idea of the sea as a kind of nautical adventure, somewhere romantic. And the Victorians really embraced this idea. And that brought them flocking here to take what was a relatively new idea, a holiday. You could even get a tour operator to plan the whole thing for you. Were these holidays just for the upper classes? No, not at all. I mean, because transport had got so much easier, more and more Victorians could take advantage of the seaside and come away on holiday. Thomas Cook did guided tours to the seaside. It was much more something that the middling sorts, as the Victorians might call them, could be on the move. Some people only had 1 week a year, one precious week to come away.
Oh, you'd want to come somewhere pretty special if you just had that time, wouldn't you?
Absolutely, absolutely. And Christine Hamlin's work in making this place so special would have been integral, I think, in attracting people here.
The timing couldn't have been better for Christine's reinvention of Clovelly from a working fishing village to a romantic rural getaway. And that benefited her villagers too.